On September the 17th, 2025, the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, approved the generic listing standards for crypto exchange traded products, shortened to ETPs, making it easier and faster than ever for new ETPs to enter the market in the United States. And this is huge, because easier ETP approvals and diversified crypto exposure means a new era for crypto investors, leading to a huge amount of cryptocurrency adoption. And the good news doesn't stop there. On September the 19th, 2025, 2 days later, Grayscale's brand new crypto ETP, a first of its kind, launched on the New York Stock Exchange ARCA, which is the leading ETF, or exchange traded funds, listing and trading exchange in the US, which also trades over 11,000 US listed securities. But back to the launch of the new crypto ETP and why it matters. The Grayscale CoinDesk Crypto 5 ETF, or GDLC, isn't just tracking the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's a multi-asset exchange traded fund that bundles together heavy hitters like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Sol and ADA into one financial asset. To learn more, in this video we're going to explore why the SEC's approval of the generic listing standards for commodity-based ETPs is history in the making. We'll also explore the GDLC ETF's impressive debut volume, and we'll look at why its returns have outperformed BTCs by over 11% at debut, and what this could mean for your portfolio. Just a quick reminder that nothing contained here is financial advice, and let's jump straight into the video. Let's set the stage by first explaining what exchange traded products, or ETPs, are. Well, exchange traded products are a broad category of investment assets that trade on stock exchanges. They include ETFs, or exchange traded funds, ETCs, or exchange traded commodities, and ETNs, or exchange traded notes. So while stocks represent a share of a company's equity, ETFs track the performance of underlying assets, such as oil, gold, stocks, or cryptocurrencies, for example. You can think of crypto ETFs like a box filled with crypto assets. So when you purchase a Bitcoin ETF, for example, you're basically buying a little slice of what's inside that box. This means that when the price of Bitcoin goes up, your ETF share also rises in fiat currency terms. And a crypto ETF is seen as a safe, regulated doorway into crypto with no wallets and no seed phrases needed. However, a big downside to crypto ETFs is that you don't actually own or hold the underlying assets yourself, as you're reliant on the fund's management and will have to pay them fees. Of course, you can achieve true ownership of your crypto assets by holding them in a secure hardware wallet and cold storage device like Trezor, which I did cover in a review of its latest top-of-the-range model in the Trezor Safe 5 that you can find a link to here and in the description. And when you've done that, you'll then need to securely store your seed phrase, which you can do with a #1 best-selling crypto seed phrase storage device called CryptoTag. And I did a review of the CryptoTag Zeus model recently that you can find a link to here and in the description also. But coming back to ETFs now, there are actually 116 cryptocurrency ETFs listed on US exchanges at the time of recording this video, with you being able to see the top 5 here by assets under management. So now let's break down why the SEC's approval of the ETF listing standards is such a big deal. Because before these new listing rules allowing faster crypto ETF approvals, getting crypto ETFs listed on US stock exchanges was difficult. This is because of Section 19B1 of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. This law governs how stock markets and financial products like ETFs operate to ensure they're fair and safe for investors. Under this section, if a stock exchange, such as the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange ARCA, for example, wants to change how it lists or trades something, like adding a new crypto ETF, it must first ask the SEC for permission. First, they'd have to file a special request with the SEC, known as a 19B4 proposal, for permission to amend their listing rules. Then, the SEC would review the proposal, open it for public comments, and could extend the decision multiple times, up to 240 days or more. So there was no fast-track option for standard crypto products. This is why, when Grayscale attempted to convert its Bitcoin trust into a spot ETF back in 2021, it failed, And this law became a roadblock that led to messy delays and the eventual rejection of the proposal in 2022, leading to Grayscale suing the SEC over this decision in that same year. Fortunately, a court then ruled in August 2023 that the SEC's rejection was unfair, leading to the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF in January of 2024. But here's the irony, because it turns out that the very roadblock the SEC used to block crypto spot ETF issuance then helped accelerate the SEC's approval of ETF listing standards in September 2025. How? Well, it started with the launch of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust all the way back in 2013 as a commodity trust. This GBTC continued to trade for years, despite facing repeated SEC denials for ETF conversion. And during this time, the trust structure developed a proof of concept that lobbyists could use to demonstrate that physically backed ETPs could be safe with proper custody and surveillance. So on September the 17th, 2025, the SEC approved standard listing rules for commodity-based ETPs, including ETFs on exchanges like New York Stock Exchange Arca and the Nasdaq, as you can see here with the Nasdaq the day after. Paul Atkins, the chair of the SEC, said that this ensures that the US capital markets remain the best place in the world to engage in the cutting-edge innovation of digital assets and reduces barriers to access these digital asset products in the United States. And the Division of Trading and Markets Director, Jamie Selway, highlighted the much-needed regulatory clarity and certainty through a rational, rules-based approach to bring products to market while ensuring investors' protections. This approval also allows multi-asset crypto ETFs like the GDLC or Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund, which we'll look at again in a bit more detail in a minute. But this means that exchanges can now list qualifying crypto ETPs without waiting for individual SEC approval, as long as these ETFs meet the definition of a commodity-based trust share as outlined by the SEC. It also shifts the review burden to exchanges, who must ensure surveillance agreements, thereby cutting approval times from months and years to just weeks. And this predictability of listing rules puts crypto ETFs on an equal footing with equity ETFs, maximizing investor choice and cutting barriers. That means these products can launch in just 60 to 75 days instead of 6 to 12 months. If the ETF meets requirements like liquidity, surveillance, and investor protections, the exchange can approve it itself using the shortcut, so no more case-by-case SEC vetoes for standard ETFs. And another way of looking at this is it's like switching from custom building every car to using a standard assembly line for faster production, as long as the car meets basic safety standards. But that's not to say that all cryptocurrencies qualify to launch their spot multi-asset ETFs. Altcoins, for example, might need more data, and if a product doesn't fit the listing rules, they will still have to ask the SEC the old way. But a good example of these new rules is the quick conversion of the Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund from a trust fund to the Grayscale CoinDesk Crypto 5 ETF on September the 19th. The GDLC holds a basket of top cryptocurrencies based on the CoinDesk 5 index, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. This then brings us to the GDLC ETF's impressive debut volume. The reason why this multi-asset ETF has outperformed BTC by nearly 11% in 2025 is that it attracts a market cap weighted basket of the top 5 crypto assets, which cover over 90% of the total crypto market cap. And the other 4 assets, ETH, XRP, SOL, and ADA, grew faster than BTC in this timeframe, pulling the ETF's overall performance higher. What this could mean for a portfolio is that since the GDLC's share price reflects the combined value of its holdings, minus an annual fee of 0.59%, whenever the altcoins outperform BTC, the ETF will deliver better returns than a pure Bitcoin investment. And then, following the GDLC's smoother approval, the Hashdex Nasdaq Crypto Index US ETF, or NCIQ, which launched back in February with only BTC and ETH in its portfolio, has since added another 6 cryptocurrencies. now trading as a multi-asset crypto spot ETF, with ADA being the latest addition on the 1st of October 2025. What that means for your fiat currency is that there are other ways to invest in crypto assets without buying the crypto directly. This is easier if you don't want to go through the process of setting up a hardware wallet and securing your seed phrases, which is something that we do advocate for here at Coin Knowledge, as I mentioned earlier, to hold your own assets rather than a third party. So to summarize, the US SEC's establishment of quicker crypto ETF approvals, or the generic listing standards, allows new ETF issuers to innovate quickly, create a diverse mix of new products, such as the new multi-asset ETFs, and marks a big breakthrough for crypto, with more liquidity seeking better store of value assets, as you'll know from our last video, leading to a larger global asset allocation for crypto as more institutional investors purchase crypto ETFs. And if you want to learn more about crypto, I do offer one-to-one coaching to those who are genuinely looking to educate themselves, with there being links in the description of this video to contact me and book in a free video call to see if we'd be a good fit. As always, I'd love to know what your take on this US crypto ETF development is in the comments below. So please add a comment, subscribe to the channel, turn on all notifications and like this video, as it honestly makes a big difference and helps the channel. If you're looking for an easy way to track and stay on top of your crypto investments, you can check out CoinStats, which is the leading cryptocurrency portfolio tracker, and you can find a link to their official website in the description of this video. There's also Coinly, which is one of the best automated crypto tax platforms out there, and you can sign up for a free account using the link provided in the video description. If you're looking for more personalized crypto tax help, you can contact Crypto Tax Audit, which is a leading US crypto tax firm, using the link in the description of this video. And if you're watching from the UK, you can contact Miner, a specialist and highly qualified UK crypto tax company, again using the link in the description of this video. If you do need any help with your crypto tax planning, they're both worth checking out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.